We always begin with grounding and noticing what's here in the present moment. I'm sure for most of us, there would be a heightened experience of tightness in the body. Maybe the breath isn't as smooth. Our shoulders are maybe up around our ears, or maybe even just a little bit tighter than usual. I've certainly been noticing that as well. It's very helpful to acknowledge what's actually here. Yes, I feel more fear than usual. My mind is busier than usual, or maybe I'm feeling kind of fuzzy and checked out. There's a lot of ways that this could happen. And to acknowledge that we've set aside this time to work with our nervous system, to calm our mind, our body, and that this is helpful. This is possible. In yoga, we talk about the five koshas or layers. The most manifest solid one is the physical body. So we usually start there when we're doing a relaxation practice. And then a little bit more subtle is the energy, the sensations, feelings, the clench in our gut, all of that that goes on in our body. Then there's the lower level of the mind, the monkey mind, as we might say. That's the part of the mind that reminds us to do things, and it also might be the part of the mind that's generating fear thoughts. So, those first three layers are really the layers that we work in mostly when we're doing a practice. We're guiding our attention to something that's going on in those layers. And the inner two layers that are a little bit more subtle from that is the higher level of the mind, our intuition, our knowing, our heart, our felt sense. And the layer that's even more subtle than that is our layer of joy and bliss. So if we can work with the outer three, the more solid three, then usually those other two will become more accessible to us. Our higher level of wisdom, our heart. Notice what's happening in your physical body. Notice how you're situated, if you're sitting or lying down. We could notice if there's tightness in our shoulders and neck. We could move our shoulders around. Move around so that you're a little bit more comfortable. One of the things that happens when we're scared or experiencing trauma, like we are now, is that our body tends to freeze. It gets very tight. So, any kind of gentle movement like that can help. Yesterday, we did some shaking, so you could get up and do that for a moment, even if you wanted. And notice if you could soften the obvious. If you're clenching your teeth, if you're hardly breathing because your stomach is really tight, neck and shoulders are a big one for most of us. And then start to take some deeper breaths if that feels okay. And bring your attention to the feeling of the breath as it moves in the nostrils. And we notice that there's a coolness to the breath as we breathe in. We can feel that in the nose. There's a warmth as we breathe out. We can also notice the rhythm, the pattern of the breath. Are we holding our breath? Is it more continuous? And as you're doing that, see if you could soften the muscles of your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes. your mouth and jaw, neck and shoulders. And ask your mind, ask your attention just to focus on the sensation of air in the nose for a moment. And one of those nostrils will likely feel a bit cooler than the other one. That's the active nostril. There's more airflow. You could also check for that by blocking off one and then breathing in, blocking off the other and breathing in. And if they're kind of similar, just pick one and call that the active nostril. But often there's quite a difference between them. So, with alternate nostril breathing, we follow the breath between the eyebrow center and the base of the nose where the nostrils meet the upper lip. So, there's a channel, it's called the Sushumna channel. And as we breathe in, we breathe up to the eyebrow center. As we breathe out, we breathe down to the base of the nose. And as we move into the alternate part of the practice, we're going to breathe through one nostril and the other. But right now, as we start, let yourself start to follow that flow of breath and awareness. Relax your face, neck and shoulders, all the way down through your body. Be aware of your body, aware of your breath. And to bring in the lower level of the mind, it's very helpful to give it something to do. It helps us to maintain our attention. There's a sound, a universal mantra, so hum, that we'll use if you want to. You don't have to. It can be very stabilizing and settling for the mind. So the way it works is on the inhale, we just hear the sound. So you're not saying it out loud. You hear the sound, so on the exhale, the sound is hum. So as you're listening, it would be so hum. So just let your mind flow between the eyebrow center and the base of the nose. And let that sound flow in your mind with the breath. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. Let the sound and the breath be continuous, smooth, relaxed. And now bring your hand up, and we're going to start working with the alternate nostril breathing. This practice is very stabilizing for the nervous system. So as you're breathing in, just let the air come in both nostrils. And then as you begin the exhale, block off your passive nostril and just breathe out and then in through your active nostril. If you're familiar with the practice, it'll kind of settle in right away. Otherwise, it might take a few rounds to feel comfortable. Next exhalation, breathe out and then in again through your passive nostril. And as you're inhaling, the sound is so, exhaling hum. Let the sound and your breath and awareness flow between the eyebrow center and the base of the nose where the nostrils meet the upper lip. And then changing again now on your next exhalation to the active nostril. Take your time. Soft through your forehead, mouth and jaw, neck and shoulders, all the way down through your body. Next exhalation, changing back to the passive nostril. All of your attention absorbed in this smooth flow. Breath, awareness, sound. And then back to the active nostril. Block off the passive and just let the air flow through your active nostril. Relax your shoulders, your arm and hand. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. And then back to the passive nostril. Keep your attention flowing with your breath, with the sound. And after you finish your next inhale, bring your hand down, rest your arm. And now follow that flow of awareness and breath again between the eyebrow center through both nostrils, down to the upper lip and then back. Keep that sound moving with the breath. Inhaling so, exhaling hum, inhaling so. Smooth, continuous breath and awareness. If you find that your attention is distracted, bring your attention back into your body, straighten your posture, relax your shoulders, and then focus again. Bring your hand back up into position, and then exhale and inhale now through your active nostril by blocking off the passive nostril. Really focus on that softening as you breathe out, that smooth flow of breath and awareness and sound. And then exhale and inhale through your passive nostril. Really relax your shoulders, your mouth and jaw. Taking your time, exhaling again through your active nostril. Relax your forehead and eyebrows, your eyes. Let all of your attention be focused on this flow of breath and awareness and sound. And then back to the passive nostril, letting yourself be absorbed completely. The flow of breath, awareness, the mantra. So, so. And back to the active nostril, letting it be easy, smooth, with an ease in the breath. And back to the passive nostril. And then bring your hand down and follow that flow again in that channel between the eyebrow center through to the base of the nose and back. If you're enjoying the sound, let that flow with your breath in your mind. Notice that this flow of breath and awareness and sound is happening within the space of your whole entire body. Check your body as well. It might be something that could be softened or released. Still while remaining in attunement with this flow in the nostrils. And if any thoughts come in, see if you could let them move to the background for a bit more time. Right now, we're doing a relaxation practice and a focus practice. Inhaling from the base of the nose up through to the eyebrow center. Inhaling so. Exhaling hum. And now we're going to begin to let that flow go between the eyebrow center through the throat center to the heart center. From the heart center up through to the throat center and the eyebrow center. Let your awareness, that attention flow between your eyebrow center and your heart center. You can continue to use the sound. So hum. Let your mind be very focused on that flow of awareness and sound, eyebrow center to the heart center and back. Anytime your mind wanders off into sleep or thought, just let yourself come back. Eyebrow center through the throat center to the heart center. Inhaling so from the heart center up to the eyebrow center. Smooth, continuous flow. Let your whole body relax, your neck and shoulders, your upper back. And then let your attention come to rest in your heart center. Sometimes we visualize a warm golden glow of light at the heart center. Others have more of a felt sense without the light visualization. Don't worry about how it comes in your mind, just whatever comes naturally. Bring your attention into your heart center and let it rest there. You can maintain awareness of Soham as you're breathing if you like, or let that come to a quieter awareness. And notice what's happening in your heart center. There may not be as much ease as there would normally be because of the fear that's also here, our care and concern for people, for ourselves as well. Sometimes there's a heaviness in our heart. Tune into what's going on in your heart center just right now in this moment. And when someone is experiencing fear or distress, you could think about a small child, maybe, or a puppy dog or something. We would like to offer them reassurance and comfort. See if that's available for you right now as you sit in your heart center with your awareness, your attention in your heart, acknowledging that this is a hard time right now for us. There's very likely to be fear, distress. Maybe we're hardening up a bit as a way to cope with that. And let's sit with that for a moment. See if we could allow there to be some space for whatever it is that's here. And see if you could offer yourself compassion, kindness, comfort. Is that something you could offer to yourself? And then when you're ready, open your eyes. And before we finish the practice, set an intention if you like, that as you start to feel your body tightening up or your breath being held or some kind of hard thoughts, that you could take a moment and rest. Let yourself open to that kindness. Hold yourself with some compassion.